There was a person in the state of Qi who constantly worried that the sky would collapse and the ground would sink. One day, he was walking in the wilderness and thought to himself, if the sky were to collapse at this moment, there would be nowhere to hide, and I would surely be smashed into a pancake. He sought refuge in a house but then realized, if such a large piece of land were to fall, the house would also be toppled. The collapsed house would then crush me. He ran around like a lost dog, frantically fleeing in all directions. Suddenly, he spotted a cave by the roadside and hurriedly climbed inside to take cover. Now he felt relieved and leisurely enjoyed the scenery outside the cave. But then he thought, what if the sky collapses and seals the cave entrance? It would be pitch dark, and I would suffocate or starve to death. He hastily rushed out and ended up on a main road. The sky was blue, and a few white clouds drifted lazily. In reality, the sky is far, far away from the ground. How could it collapse? With this realization, he felt at ease and continued his journey. Not long after, he arrived at a low-lying area when suddenly he screamed, "Is the ground sinking? Help!" The more he shouted, the deeper he felt he was sinking. He desperately climbed to higher ground, exerting tremendous effort. Finally, he sat on a path, repeatedly saying, "That was close, really close. I narrowly escaped a great calamity." As for the low-lying area behind him, he shuddered at the thought and dared not look back. When he saw his dilapidated house in the distance, he furrowed his brow. If he stayed at home and the ground sank, what would he do? The best solution, he thought, was to build the house like a ship so that it could float on the water if the ground sank. He could even make some oars to sail through the wind and waves. What a brilliant idea! But then he reconsidered, what if the water also collapsed? The house and I would fall endlessly in boundless darkness. What should I do? Thinking about it, he couldn't even bring himself to open his eyes and became utterly distraught. Another person, who was concerned about the worries of this person from Qi, went to enlighten him and said, "The sky is merely a gathering of gases. There is no place without air. Every move and breath you take, you are constantly in the air. So why worry that the sky will collapse?" The person from Qi replied, "If the sky is indeed made up of accumulated gases, then won't the sun, moon, and stars fall as well?" The enlightening person responded, "The sun, moon, and stars are also formed by the accumulation of gases. They simply emit light. Even if they were to fall, they wouldn't harm anyone." The person from Qi then asked, "What if the ground sinks?" The enlightening person replied, "The ground is just a collection of piled-up earth. It is everywhere, and there is no place without earth. You walk and move on the ground all day, so why worry that it will sink?" Upon hearing this, the person from Qi finally let go of his worries and became happy. The enlightening person also felt relieved. This story is used to ridicule those who worry and fret about things that they don't need to worry about. When dealing with matters, one should adopt an optimistic and positive attitude, thinking in a positive direction. It's important to maintain psychological balance and not seek unnecessary troubles.